what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Redskins Review. I am your host here, B. Militant. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going over the Washington Redskins draft selections. Now that is over, I was waiting to see if the Redskins did any more free agency moves or picked up any key players, undrafted rookies coming out of college. We didn't really do too much in that front, but let's go right into the draft picks. So if you guys watched my draft video for who we should draft, with the 21st pick in the first round, I wanted the Washington Redskins to select nobody. I wanted us to trade our pick, which we did. Our general manager is the shit. He knows what he's doing. And God, we just stole from the Texans. The Texans wanted to move up one spot to get a player from, like, I don't understand what they did there. We got another pick next year, I think, because the Texans wanted to move up one slot ahead of us. Maybe it was because there was other teams trying to move up in front of us. I'm not sure, but regardless, we traded our pick like I wanted us to do, and then we got arguably the best wide receiver in the draft. I know a lot of you guys out there are going to say we didn't really need another wide receiver, but if you've seen my older videos, and a lot of you guys have said the same thing, that the Redskins, we have really good wide receivers, you know, with also one coming and emerging is Jamison Crowder, Rashad Ross, Ryan Grant. We have a deep wide receiver core, but now we add Josh Doctson, who is 6'2", which I've been saying this whole time. That's the only thing that we've been missing. We have a bunch of speed guys, but we don't have anyone who can go up and come down with the ball besides Jordan Reed. And oh my God, now think about the headache this is going to cause for people in the red zone with Kirk Cousins slinging the ball. He has, let's say Josh Doctson 6'2" over here on this side, and then you have Jordan Reed lined up at the tight end, and then you have Pierre Garçon over here and Ryan Grant over here. I'm sorry, but Ryan Grant and freaking Pierre Garçon are going to be open all day long. They're going to be open all day long over here because the defense is going to be sitting here saying we have Josh Doctson and Reed over here on the same side. All the attention's going to this side, I guarantee you. And hopefully Kirk is smart enough to try to get through reads quick enough to see that we have these guys over here wide open all day long in the red zone. Now, a lot of people may not have liked the pick as a wide receiver. People want us to go defense for number one, and I completely understand that. But our general manager he's just the best thing that's happened to the Redskins in a long time. And I saw an interview where he said that this league is a changing league, and you know how people on defense, you can't hit anybody anymore. You get penalties for the dumbest shit on defense. It's such an offensive-driven league now that scoring points, if you are just scoring points, and the other team can't score those points to keep up with you, you're gonna win. That's what Green Bay does. That's what a lot of teams do. Patriots don't have one of the better defenses in the league. They have a good offense. A lot of people are just getting these high-powered offenses like what Jordan Reed did last year. And now that we have Doctson, that makes so much more sense that it's just going to be so unfair. Like Jordan Reed, watching his highlights from last year, it's almost like straight up unfair what he did to defenses. And then now that we have another big, tall guy, and I've seen someone compare Josh Doctson to AJ Green, and I think that is a really good comparison on the build of the player and everything like that. I'm not sure how big AJ Green is, how tall he is, but Josh Doctson, they look very similar. They're kind of skinny guys and lengthy, and their legs are really skinny, but they're so acrobatic when they go up into the air and they come down with the ball. They're good at, you know, just playing the ball up in the air and coming down with it. I like that comparison, AJ Green and Josh Doctson. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the number 1 pick. I think we got the best value at the number 1 spot. Yeah, we would have liked to see someone defensive come off the board early, but I saw, like I said, a solid interview with our general manager. He laid it all out on the line. He wants to help Kirk Cousins out. I also saw another interview where he's apparently he told Kirk Cousins, "You're gonna be able to play mediocre, and I'm gonna build such a good team around you that you can play mediocre and still be good and still win games." That's what he told Kirk Cousins, and that's what he's doing. He's going out and getting them some playmakers, getting our team some playmakers, the best value in the first round at that slot. And I think it's a good mentality, because last year Scherf might have been the best pick overall for the 5th pick overall, but he was also somewhat more of a need. And I mean, this pretty much, since we won the division last year, this pretty much kind of says our GM is trying to get straight up playmakers now. So let's go into the number 2 pick, Cravens, linebacker / safety out of USC. You know, I have a cousin who is going to come in for the next 2 picks. Before we drafted, I asked who he wanted us to get, and he said Cravens. He wanted Cravens really bad, and I didn't know too much about Sua until we drafted him, and I've been doing a lot of I've been watching a lot of videos and stuff about him. The guy is a winner. I mean, this guy, he has such work ethic. I saw some interviews and stuff like that with him, and if you just look at his play on the field, obviously, you know, he was wearing 21, you know, because he was at one point a safety, and he liked, you know, what Sean Taylor did and all that. So he's a fan of Sean Taylor, and he's also wearing the number 36 right now to honor Sean Taylor on the Redskins. But you know, it's still too early to give someone hype like that. But I really like this. I like this pick. I like this kid. A lot of people, a lot of analysts and stuff really liked this pick for the Redskins, and it fills 2 needs: linebacker and safety, which we need. I would like to see Cravens come in at safety at least some point in this year. Excuse me. And you know, because we have D'Angelo Hall back there, and then who else? We kind of need someone to shore up, you know, the back ends back there. So we'll see what happens to him. But my cousin absolutely wanted this guy from the very get-go. Before the draft, he told me right away, "I want Cravens. The guy's a beast, not afraid to hit anybody. He could play multiple positions. I think we need safety more than linebacker right now. So we'll see what happens." And yet again, for our 3rd overall pick, Kendall Fuller, corner out of Virginia Tech, my cousin that I was just telling you about. He really liked this pick because he lives in Virginia and he goes to a lot of Virginia Tech games. He's seen this kid play a lot, and I just saw my cousin the other day, and he was going on and on and on about this kid. He said he's going to be amazing. He said a lot of people really just cannot grasp, you know, what this kid's going to do if he's healthy coming into this year. He's really going to be shutting some people down, which, you know, I've seen a lot of videos, and yeah, he's got a lot of plays and stuff like that. But I just don't see the size there, you know. Like, if I'm skeptical at all, which I'm not, because I've already been proven wrong from last year how good our GM is with the Kyshawn Jarrett pick. I looked at Kyshawn Jarrett and I was like, man, this guy, you know, I like the speed and I like all that, but you know, he's a little bit on the short side, smaller side. Same thing with Kendall Fuller. I think this guy's a little bit, you know, undersized. But I mean, if you have the technique, man, it doesn't matter, dude. It really doesn't matter. He can shine. And of course, everyone's going to talk about his brothers being in the NFL. I think that might have had a little bit to do with why we drafted him. Our GM, you know, he understands like the whole culture side of the game, and you know, you got brothers, you got people who can mentor you, you got people, you got expectations you got to live up to. You know, he was in a football family. Our GM likes that type of stuff. Hopefully this kid will be ready to play this year. Hopefully his knee injury, he can come back and it's not going to be a problem. if it's not going to be a problem, so many people have said this kid was going to be going in the first round. So we got a steal there. We got a huge steal in the third round. As long as this kid can stay healthy, I'm really excited about him as well. But not as excited as my cousin. My cousin, he was like, what we did in the first 3 rounds of this draft is just unbelievable. The talent that we got, and I believe him. I think, you know, it's so exciting to sit there and think about seeing Josh Doctson come down in the end zone over people, acrobatically catching all these passes from Kirk, and just scoring these touchdowns while Jordan Reed's doing the same thing over the middle, or we even put Jordan Reed on the outside with Doctson, and holy shit, what are people going to do? They're going to have no answer. They're going to have no answer for it. So that's really exciting, but I think I'm most excited for Stuart Cravens. I want to see this kid. I don't know. I just see something in him. I see like a drive that he is just ready for the next level. I think he's going to step in. I think he's going to win a starting spot somewhere on our team this year, whether it's the beginning of the year or somewhere during the middle of the year. I don't know. There's something about that kid. It's just a spark. And he was the leader. He was the leader of the USC defense. You know, so yet again, another our GM is just sitting here stacking up good personalities, football players, guys who are leaders of their team. Josh Doctson obviously was a star of his team. Kendall Fuller, he was yet again almost pretty much another leader for Virginia Tech. And then we go into the Matt Ioannidis pick, defensive tackle. I think this is a little bit more to fit some of our needs once we got some of these star players in the first 3 rounds. You know, I don't know anything about this guy, Matt Ioannidis. I looked up some of his tape. The guy's really big. Some people say he's a monster. Some people say he has a lot of talent. I don't know. From the tape that I saw, it's kind of hard, man. I'm not a GM. I'm not a scout. It's hard to tell what the Redskins see in this guy, but I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna trust our GM on this pick, but I don't really have much to say about him. I don't know anything about him. There's not too much film out there about him. And then after that, who did we have? We had the linebacker. Nope, we picked Nate Sudfeld, quarterback. And yet again with comparisons, if I had to compare Sudfeld to anyone, I would have to go with Joe Flacco. A tall-ass, big-ass dude. You know, if he's going to get hit, he's probably not going to get hurt, even though Joe Flacco got hurt last year, but that's besides the point. It's just kind of like, if I'm going to take a visual comparison, this guy somewhat looks like Joe Flacco. You know, he's obviously not going to be winning out any fucking starter spot. Kirk's going to be our quarterback next year. Everyone likes Colt McCoy as a backup, solid backup. Kirk, if anything ever happened to Kirk or whatever, I'm completely fine with Colt McCoy walking in there. But our you know, Gruden said he wanted another young quarterback to groom, and some people weren't really too high on this quarterback, Sudfeld. But you know, I think he was really good with not turning the ball over for certain points of his career in college football. So, you know, hey, who knows? Guy could turn out really good. Maybe he's not even going to play. Who knows? We'll see in preseason. Hopefully he looks amazing, and hopefully we have 3 solid quarterbacks on our team. But yeah, that's that pick. And then after that, we picked the linebacker out of Stephen Daniels out of Boston College. Another pick that I really, really like, and a lot of other analysts really gave us a high score for this pick. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure last year in college football, Boston College had the #1 defense in the entire nation. They had the best defense, and we just took yet another leader, the starting middle linebacker for that defense. A huge guy. He kind of reminds me of, you know, he doesn't have the great cover skills, but he's gonna help us shore up the run defense. He's not afraid to hit anybody. He's a bigger guy, stockier guy. He might not have all the speed in the world, but he's gonna help us stop. He might come in, you know, later downs or or actually, I mean, whenever it's a clear run, maybe he'll be in there and help us out. He'll probably be special teams this year, but yet again, another guy who's not afraid to hit somebody. The vocal leader of their defense, the number 1 defense in the league last year. Really like that pick. And then we have to round this up with Keith Marshall, running back out of Georgia. Another pick I like. As long as this dude is healthy, he ran the 3rd fastest 40 time in the NFL Combine of all time. And he was the fastest guy this year, obviously. And, when I watch this guy's tape, it's so cliche to say stuff like this, but this guy reminds me of like a little smaller, babier Marshawn Lynch. Baby Marshawn, this guy. He's really fast. He's got those bursts of speed, but he's kind of a stockier, bulkier guy. He's not afraid to hit somebody. That might be how he got injured, is that he's so reckless. But I like this pick, man. If for some reason Chris Thompson doesn't, play to how he's been playing, or he's in a decline or something like that, this guy could step in and take in the third down role. And then, we have Pierre Thomas. Hopefully he comes back. Even on our practice squad, there's guys like Mac Brown, a guy, nobody knows this guy, but God, if you go back and look at preseason last year and watch this guy run all over the place, man, all of our running backs looked amazing in preseason last year. All of our practice squad guys, Salas Red, obviously he got in trouble and whatnot. He's probably not going to be back. But Salas Red, all these other guys, we had so many running backs that were monsters that are killing it. So, we got to get the run game going this year. That's why I made the video about Matt Jones. He's going to be a key role in our offense. We're going to be passing it a lot. Kirk Cousins is going to be slinging the ball a lot. Josh Doctson and Jordan Reed are going to be stealing touchdowns out of there. But we need a run game to help Kirk Cousins. We need a run game to help Kirk Cousins not have to throw the ball so often, which will result in interceptions. You have to understand, you throw the ball so often, interceptions are going to come. They're going to come. And we have a hard schedule this year. I like our draft picks. Let me know what you guys think. Who's your favorite pick? You guys like Josh Doctson because of the straight up star talent this guy has, the size. He complements exactly what I've been saying in my later videos. We have great wide receivers, but we need someone who can go up and come down with the ball, a taller guy. That was pretty much Jordan Reed for us, but now we have a true wide receiver who's going to be out there doing that for us. My favorite pick is Cravens. I'm not even going to say that just because he idolized, Sean Taylor and stuff like that. I just something about that kid. Just he looks super young. He looks just like, I don't know, he's ready to prove himself. I love it. I like that pick. Kendall Fuller. I don't know. We got some good players from Virginia Tech, man. D'Angelo Hall. A lot of people, I don't know why. A lot of people don't. Everyone always on comments and shit on Facebook says we need to get rid of D'Angelo Hall, but I thought he played pretty damn well. Last year at safety, he wasn't afraid to hit nobody, man. If you go back and watch, he was hitting some people pretty hard for his age. And I like him back there at safety again this year. Hopefully with Super Cravens at some times. If not, it's going to be the guy that we got from the Broncos. Maybe he'll be back there. But I don't know. Who's your favorite pick? Let me know. What do you guys think about the injured players? Kendall Fuller had a knee injury. Our running back from Georgia had an injury. Do you guys think that's going to be a problem? Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hail to the Redskins. Peace out.